With that, come back into the room and slowly, when you're ready, open your eyes. So my talk today is about letting go. It really is that simple. But sometimes life throws us a little nook, throws us off course. So sometimes it's not so simple because things come up in our life. And sometimes we're unexpected. The car breaks down. Somebody says something to you and kind of hurts your feelings. But you know, the beauty of it, when we get off kilt, we can go to that place and God can bring us back. That's what happened to me. I had a talk already and I went home, rewrote the whole thing. So I just let Spirit guide me, guide me through the thing. And sometimes when I get nervous and I get real excited, I forget. And it takes somebody saying something or something happening, or maybe you just don't feel that life is just really the way you want it to be. So you go home and then you rewrite your life. And that's what I did. So I started out, we account for our activities, disclose them in a transparent manner, and accept responsibility for our activities and our actions. What we say and how we think, are you stuck in my way or the highway? Don't tell me, show me by example. God is all there is, and I am one in God. And the obligations entrusted to us, do we look at the bottom line, or do we see the highest vision? So God is all there is. God includes everything. Love will bring your own to you. Adjust all misunderstandings and make your life and affairs happy, healthy, joyful, and free, as they should be, love. And it should be love indeed, because love is the fulfilling of the law. I kind of threw something in there. But that's Charles Fillmore. That is our founding teacher. And he teaches us to remember who we are and how beautiful and amazing that we are. But sometimes we forget, right? Sometimes we forget. There are two primal choices in life. It's to accept conditions as they exist or accept the responsibility for changing them. That was by Dennis Waitley. Mystics throughout the ages have told us of this truth, knowing that God is in, around, and through all that is. This divine intelligence is the how of the what that we humans continue to explore and attempt to understand. Knowing that God is all there is in the world of spirit and the world of effects. We are alive in a sea of it everywhere we are. There is only God. God and more God. Immersed in this truth, every breath and every heartbeat is God alive in through us. And even when we take our last breath and heartbeat, God continues to live in and through and as us. For we are consciousness forever expanding. And how wonderful to know that scientists have finally recognized that we are in the presence of God. It is also the spiritual knowing of the love, wholeness, beauty, joy, peace, and intelligence, and so much more that is alive in this tiny speck of living matter that is everywhere present. So everywhere you look, God is there. It's how we look at it. God is in the chair. God is in the tech. God is in the screens. God is here in this pulpit. Everything that is created has been created through man, through God. But sometimes we forget and we don't realize that life is beautiful. It teaches us in the Bible to love one another. Honor thy mother, thy father. Practice the 10 Commandments. Abide by them, right? Right? And that's what we should do in our lives every day. We are the dancer in the dance. We are the light in the spectrum. And we are active of God in all that we do. We shout it from the rooftop far and wide. Yes, God is all there is. We rejoice and reveal in it. It is our play. It is our work. It is the force for all that we do as we serve as the messenger of this great news. What a joy and a privilege it is to minister and spread such absolute, beautiful truth of love. Today, we bless our ministries here at the center and all those who serve in any way, including our own Mother Earth. And all that life it contains, it is alive with God. Thankful letting these words take flight, I let them rest in the mind and heart of the divine love, Spirit. And I say, it is what it is. Hallelujah. How wonderful to be present in such beautiful souls. Imagination, the active power of forming mental image of something not present to the sense never before wholly apparent in reality. I use my imagination, and my imagination takes me sometimes on journeys. I think about, wouldn't it be wonderful to go on a cruise? And I know we have our beloved President Cindy and Mark going on a cruise very soon. And I know it's going to be powerful. But they imagined it. The thought was planted, and they went, wow, hey, let's do this. So the seed was planted, they thought about it, then they took action, and then they planted. And now they see themselves packing the bag and leaving. Hallelujah, wouldn't that be fun? You know, it's like creating a song, writing a book. How about maybe doing something different and having something different for dinner and getting a cookbook out and trying a new recipe. You know, the thoughts that are planted within us come by divine appointment, even the challenges in life that we go through, you know, and we all go through them. I'm just like you. You know, I put my pants on the same way you guys do. I have feelings and emotions. But you know, the beautiful thing is that the power of the Almighty brings you back home. That's what we all got to really look at in our lives. Because, you know, like everything that manifests in our life, it teaches us to be wiser, stronger, more loving, kinder. You know, I can remember a time in my life where I had just come into the teaching, and I was reading Phil Moore and Mary Baker Eddy, and I thought, he can heal himself? Oh my God, you mean I can heal myself? And I dwelled into it because I was going through some challenges, some health challenges. And man, I dove in, and I just filled myself with all his words of wisdom. And I said, if he can be healed, I can be healed. And by God, I was. But it was my belief system and the teaching that I was at the right place at the right time, and I was ready to receive. So when we're ready to receive and we keep it simple, wow, doors open that maybe we never even thought of. New beginnings, new ways of doing things, new ways of maybe looking at things in a different way. You know, that's our whole teaching. And that's what life is basically all about. And it's how we apply it within our lives and how it shows up. So as far as the creative intelligence is concerned, whatever we are giving energy to is our heart's desire. This is basic metaphysical law, and yet it is one of the most important. When you think about this, it could not be any other way. It could not be any other way. These are things right out of our teaching. These are things that great masters before us have said. But it's our belief system of what we put into our minds and our hearts which shows up. There has to be a system in order. If every thought manifested, we would be living in chaos, rather like watching a fast-paced slideshow. I was like, yeah, that would be true if we all thought the same way. It wouldn't be any fun, would it? If we all looked alike and dressed alike, there would be, oh, maybe I want to do something different. I want a pink hair or a green hair, or I want a short skirt, or, or shorts or pants. I remember a time when women were, well, you couldn't wear pants. Oh my God, ooh, that was terrible. I thought, why not? I was only little, what did I know? I want to wear pants. No, you can't do that. Girls don't do that. Look at us today, how far we've come. Life unfolds from the inner to the outer. Unfolding is a good word because it implies an effortless process like a rosebud slowly opening. Just picture a rose and just slowly opening. What a beautiful thing. That's who we are. We need to expand our acceptance, raise our self-identity, and release old limited ideas. As we do, our desire begins to appear. It might be revealed all at once, but usually it comes in small parts as we continue to monitor our thoughts and feelings. It's good to check into our thoughts and our feelings. What are you feeling today? Are you feeling loved? Are you feeling that presence within you? Are you feeling sick? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling gratitude and appreciation and love? Love can heal all wounds. It's not magic, but it can feel like it. There is something anyone can learn. It is clearly taught by the Fillmores in Unity. Fillmores in Unity. I have several, probably 10 books on my desk, and every day I'm picking them up. And I'm learning something new. Oh, I forgot that. So open sesame. Do you know that you were programmed by the Creator with all the tools that are needed to have and enjoy any life you choose? It's your choice. We choose how we want to live our life. We choose how life unfolds to us, whether we realize it or not. I choose to come here every Sunday. I choose to do the work. I choose to be who I am and make mistakes. Maybe mispronounce a word because the teeth get in the way, but that's okay. Because it's not all the same thing. There's a little bit of laughter and joy in it. Oh, she's doing that thing again. Her teeth are dropping. Oh, well. It's just life. So when we can laugh at ourselves, the world becomes a better place. Yes, we have the awesome power of the Almighty One, the great I Am, the Master of the universe. What would you change if you knew that you could speak your word and transform your life today? What word would you say? I am love, I'm magnificent, I'm smart, I'm loving, I'm beautiful. What word would you say? Because that's what shows up in your life every single day. We all, everyone born on this planet, has an open sesame, a magic command that can bring us anything we desire, believe in, and can see ourselves as happy. Do you believe that? Do you believe you can have everything in life? I do. Now, it may not come when I want it to come, but it comes. Maybe we've been always longing for a car. Bingo. A car shows up when you're ready. Maybe you're looking to move to a new residence. Bingo. At the right time, it shows up. Think about it. I've been seeing a car in my life, but I haven't gone out to buy it yet. But I know it's coming. And the right car will show up at the right price that I'm comfortable with. I saw this church before it happened because I put it out there and said, God, I'm ready. Use me in ways beyond my imagination. This church showed up. So there's a reason I'm here. I may necessarily not know the reason, but I know as long as I stand at this pulpit, I give you love each and every day. I see the greatness within you when you don't see it yourself. And I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for you. You might say, come on, Linda, that can't be true. The only works for the 1%, not for people like me, regular people working hard for a living. We have no power, no silver spoon in our mouth. Didn't Jesus say the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? Yeah, you're right, he did say that. But few, if any, understand what he meant and what his lesson was when he told the multitude that those who have much will receive even more, and those with little or nothing will lose the little they have. Many believe this is the cruelest verse in the Bible. How could the Master say such a terrible thing? Jesus was a Christ, one touched by the God and appointed to bring light. And as a man who has looked upon the very face of the infinite, he must speak divine truths no matter how hard they are to hear for us mortal humans. His message was that those who are rich because they think abundantly. They make abundant decisions, and they believe in themselves. They are willing to risk all, knowing that there is always more where that came from. They are people of courage, certain of their power to create whatever they want or they need. But the poor live in sorrow and fear, always waiting for the hammer to fall, for disaster to strike. They are victims of life, taking little or no responsibility for the state of their lives. Believe that they are powerless and act upon by force greater than they can control. They think poor, believe that their lot of poverty and that people like us can never have an abundant life. They are believers in luck, chance, and magic. They argue for their poverty and usually refuse to see a way out, say, but you don't understand my life. I just can't do it. It's not for me, and it shall never be. You see the difference? We choose every day. We choose glory or we choose sadness. It's all up to us. It's in the Bible. You can read it, just as I read it last night. It's up to us to believe that there is good in this world. Jesus was teaching us that how we think and what we think and speak creates our lives and the events in our lives. As a man thinks, so is he. The rich and well-off think of plenty and joy and the increase of all good things in their life. They're not afraid to risk failure because they know they can and will succeed in whatever they might lose today can recoup tomorrow. Think about it. You lose something, but then something else shows up, right? Right? It's how we think and what we say in our lives. They take the long view knowing that today's problems are tomorrow's joys. So what is your open sesame? It is the phrase, I am, which is the very name of God. I am, which is the very name of God. When you say I'm a success, I'm healthy, wealthy, and happy, you have invoked the very name of God and take his name as your own. Think about it. Think about it. But the open sesame works both ways. If you say I'm sick, I'm poor, I'm weak, I'm a worm in the dust, you have taken the very name of God in vain. Whoa, I read that last night and I wrote it and I read it and I wrote it and I read it and I thought, wait a minute. You mean when I don't think I'm a nut, I'm taking God's name in vain? And I went, oh my goodness gracious. Oh, that was an eye-opening for me. I mean, it's how we interpret things in life, but for me it was a gift. It was a gift. Because I think every time I say I'm less than, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not powerful enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not wise enough, or, you know, it's like, whoa. And so what I realized was immediately I turned it around and said, I am an amazing, incredible speaker, person, loving individual. Little tears came up in my eyes. Now, sometimes we don't believe that, right? Sometimes we don't believe that we deserve the very best in life. Sometimes we think we have to be stuck in our situation where we're at. And it's like, open sesame. I'm going to step into something greater and something better. But it's our belief system that sometimes do it. You get exactly what you speak, your word, whether it's positive or negative. The second commandment tells us, take not the Lord's name in vain. That does not mean cursing, as most of us believe. Taking the Lord's name in vain means speaking I am in vain by belittling God's creation, which is you. You are a magnificent creature, and you are the creation of the Lord of the universe, but only if you agree that this is who and what you are. Want to be weak, a worm, of dust? God will not stand in your way. What you believe is mirrored perfectly by God's law as your life. You really do speak the cursing and the blessings out of your mouth every day. Think about that. I always say this is a return to sender universe. What we put out there comes back. When we think about that, we start thinking of the words that we're saying. Oh, I don't like her. Whoop. What is it within you that you don't like? I don't like what she said. Whoop, wait a minute. What am I saying? When you start thinking about that, a whole new thinking vision comes up in your mind. To know that we are all one is a magnificent thing. What will you speak today? In the beginning was the Word. What will your word be for today? Will you bless your life by thinking and speaking of good, loving, prosperous, and healthy things? Or will you curse your life by victim talk, sadness, anger, and hatred? Will you honor the name of God, the great I am, by sparkling and thinking of things of good, of health, prosperity, beauty, love, tolerance, and most of all, honor to the Creator? Or will you use your open sesame in vain by putting yourself down, speaking as a weak worm of the dust, speaking and thinking of hate, judgment, lack, and limitation? You prosper your life into being by the use of your open sesame, the words, I am. I will prosper your life right now. If you will change your inner and outer conversation and speak, I am only of loving, wonderful things. Peace, love, plenty. Your life will be transformed by the end of 1 year. The second commandment is the key to the abundant, joyful life. Obey it and see the difference in your life. I was talking to somebody today, yet not today, yesterday. And I spoke to this person that called me, and I said, hey, how's things going? Oh, Reverend Lydia, it's been incredible week, ups and downs, and oh, you have no idea, and things just aren't going, and people, you know, I don't want to say, this person was having this big turmoil was going on. And he laughed, and he turned around and says, you know, the thing that's kept me centered is being grateful. I am so grateful for everything that's happened in my life. So it's taken the principles and turning them around. And this person, instead of toning into all the drama that was happening in this person's life and everything that unexpectedly came up and sent everything off a kilt, he went to that place of gratitude of everything that he has in his life. So in an instant, you can be going through circumstances, and in an instant, when you go right back to source, to God, and being grateful for everything that you have, it's like, oh, that was no big thing. I got through that. So these are the things in your life that you can do. So until we are together again, think well, speak well of yourself. Go with God in peace and love. I honor you and love you. Peace be with you always. Thank you for being here.